Since I was a little kid, I always liked riding my bike, and I always liked going fast, and I have this competitive edge that put me at the professional level. I've been racing since I was 14. I'm 22 now. I became professional last season. This is my second season completed as a professional rider. I like to travel around, head to different states, different mountains. You know, whichever one has a big payout, whichever mountain I think will be the most fun.
Downhill mountain biking is you take a regular bicycle and you add high quality components, a lot of bump absorption, and you send it down a mountain as fast as you can.
Mountain bike racing began when people first started taking their bikes off-road and riding on the dirt. Bikes at the time were not meant for off-road riding, with components not intended for the intense conditions of off-road riding. Once riders began taking their bikes on the dirt, they began to notice how bikes could be modified to better suit the great outdoors. The first downhill bicycle race was held in 1976 outside Fairfax, California, called Repack. It was organized by a man by the name of Charlie Kelly, who continued to plan these events until 1984. It was the Repack downhill race that introduced the riders to downhill racing and ushered in a new era of bikes that had specially been designed to withstand off-road conditions. It was easily the biggest change in bicycling in the 20th century. Over time, these bikes transformed into high-speed off-road vehicles by the original riders and organizers of Repack. Gary Fisher, Charlie Kelly, and Joe Breeze were at the forefront of innovation due to their experiences from many years of racing at events such as Repack. These innovations include drum brakes on the front and rear wheels, as well as gear shifting systems. In 1983, the first sanctioned downhill bike racing event in the world was held. Mountain bike racing today is enjoyed by thousands, maybe millions of people worldwide, including our friend Brian Yannuzzi.
Downhill bikes are basically a dirt bike without a motor. They have long travel suspension front and rear, knobby tires, and only 9 gears in the rear to send you down the mountain as fast as you can. My favorite part about riding is probably friends. I've accumulated a lot of friends over the years, and they make it what it is today. There's nothing real scary about it. You know, occasionally there's a couple rocks and trees that, you know, jump right out at you, but the least favorite part would have to be paying for gas to get to these races. Sponsors help a little, but not a lot.
We're here at Top Trees Jumps in State College, PA. Just out having a little fun. It's good practice for turning, getting used to being in the air, and that's what we're doing.
Right now I ride with a DOT helmet, which is the highest level of protection you can get for your head. I use knee and shin pads and long pants, basically, long motocross pants. I used to run a chest protector, but I decided that I felt looser and more comfortable without it. Since I've started racing in 2002, I've lacerated my spleen and liver, collapsed my lung, broke a lot of ribs. I split my shoulder blade in half, I broke my collarbone, fractured my hip, and a large hematoma on my right knee. This past summer, I took my first trip out west. I went to Sol Vista National Champs in Colorado. The trip turned out to be a lot of fun. I loved road tripping it out there. Went out there with a couple buddies of mine and just traveled around Colorado, hit a couple mountains, and went to National Champs for the end of the week. And National Champs course was big, scary, probably the most scared I've ever been at a race.
I generally like being on my bike. I don't care if I'm riding downhill or uphill. The most fun part of riding is going downhill, and if I can maximize that, that's what I do, and that's how I got into it. There's nothing I found to be more fun than downhill mountain biking. I like having something to do every weekend, and I enjoy racing my bike. I couldn't imagine doing anything else.